Good morning out there. Somebody's going a little crazy. Where's your toy? Where's your toy? Someone's got the zoomies this morning. Okay. Sit on your tuffet. Good boy. He likes tuffets. We have two of them that are these sort of like big cube footstools, and he'll just, if I can't find him, he's just curled up on top of it. How's everybody doing out there? Welcome to Cawfeetawk. I'm getting ready to do something, to make something that I'm looking forward to, but I've been looking forward to for a few days. I'll tell you that in a minute. But first I want to tell you something else. Grab a coffee. I'm talking a little bit softly because John's sleeping down there, and I think the window's open, and it's great sleeping weather with the windows open. Beautiful, glorious day. I've been waking up lately thinking, this is the first and last time I'm ever going to get this day right here. It takes you to a deeper appreciation for your day. Just the sights and smells and feel of the air in your skin and whatever you're doing that day. It's like, this is it. This is the only time I'm going to get to appreciate this day. And so I'm going to do it. So I drive, and yesterday I drove to this really cool farm market near us. It also is an apple orchard, and they have, like, in the fall, excuse me, like this whole, it's like a destination place for people to come outside the city, but it's near us in the country. And it's, like I said, apple orchard. It's got, like, you know, big inflatable slide for the kids and bouncy houses, but nice stuff. And tons and tons and tons of pumpkins and gourds and mums and all that stuff. And then, of course, a farm market where we get certain things. They have a lot of bakery items and home items, spices, you know, kind of high-end stuff, but they have a lot of produce, not a lot of local produce. So I went down there yesterday because I'm making this huge fruit salad for this picnic today. And I'm going to tell you in a minute about something I discovered of how to do that in a really cool way. So there's this drive there. It's about a, 8-minute drive from here. And it's in the country. It goes by this other lake and whatnot. And so, you know, it requires like 4 turns. And anyway, it doesn't matter where it goes through. But there's this one stretch that goes through this very pastoral area. And there's this really old stone fence and, you know, some farmland and just a few houses, and it winds around a little bit. And it's just like kind of one of my favorite like little stretches of that drive. So on the way there, going along, and then I turn left on that, and then I just am always like, you know, looking for that stone fence, and I've seen deer along there before, so I look for those and stuff, appreciating that little part of the drive. At the end of it, you turn left and you're on the main road that takes you to the farm market. There is a phenomenon that happens on just this stretch of the drive that I, for the life of me, can't figure out. And Lillian has validated this when I took her. So I don't know if I've actually done this route with John, because I'm usually run up there by myself. And I don't know if he experiences this. It's like a freaking Twilight Zone thing. When you're headed to the market, it's not the whole drive. It's that one stretch that's maybe like, I'll clock it sometime, maybe like a half mile. On the way there, it feels like this long, leisurely drive, and then I take the exact same way back, and on the way back, it feels like it's about 1/4 the distance. Every single time, I'm shocked that I'm at my turn. You know, the one that I turn left at on that road, when I get to the end of it and I turn right, I'm like, how did I get here so fast? It feels like it goes from like 5 miles to like a city block. Every time it does that to me. And I'm not even half the time thinking about it. But then I notice it on the way back, because all of a sudden I hit the stop sign and I'm like, how did that come out of nowhere so soon? I mean, I've noticed it when, like, I pointed out to Lily and I said, let me see if you experience this. Does this feel like, just see how long this feels, this part of the drive. And then when we go back, it feels like it goes like that. It's like some sort of time warp. Has anybody ever experienced anything like that? I mean, I go to this place like probably once a week when they're open in season, and I went twice over the last 2 days and had the exact same experience. It's also very cool, you know, it's like entering into some other dimension. And even if I've tried to like test it, it does the same thing every time. Anyway, it's just, I want to share that. That's really kind of cool. So what I'm making, I volunteered to make the fruit salad for like 25 people because we're having like a picnic here in our community to celebrate the 50 years that this is a man-made lake, that the dam was built and that this lake was created. So we're having a picnic to celebrate that. And I said, I'll bring the fruit salad. And they were like, for 25 people? I'm like, girl, I could do that. So I did research, you know, like how much to get and stuff like that, because math. And what I decided to do was to do it in like those big aluminum pans with the lid on it stuff. But here's the cool thing. And I'm going to do it in stripes. So it's not like a mixed up salad. So you've got your blueberries, your pineapple, your grapes, your watermelon, your strawberries. And most things are local produce, which is really cool. So I'm going to work on that this morning. And it's cool enough that I can set it outside and it'll stay cool. It's like 43 degrees. Anyway, but here's the neat thing that I looked into, like how to keep it outside at a picnic fresh. You get 2 of those. I got the really deep ones, aluminum pans. Well, you take one of them and you put about, you know, 1.5 inches or so of water in the bottom of it, and then you freeze it. So now I've got a little cooler that my other pan will fit right into top of. Is that not cool? But then I didn't want to put my fruit right into the aluminum because I just didn't want it to taste like metal or anything. I mean, I don't know that it would, but it was skeeving me a little bit. So I tried parchment paper and it just wasn't working and it looked messy and I couldn't figure that out. So what I figured out is just take the lid, the plastic lid, flip it over, and that's a liner. Because I've got 2 of them. And then I can use the other one on the top. I'll just have to tape it to the top, you know, just to bring it over there. But I put pictures of it because I thought it wasn't my idea. I got this off just Google. I think I got it off TikTok. And luckily we could make space in the freezer to put that in there. So that's been freezing for a couple days. So when we're ready to go, we just pull out that little ice slick cooler thing that perfectly fits the other one. And then we just drop that in there and boom, we've got our cold fruit for the party. So I just want to pass that along because I thought, I'd never heard of that before. And I thought you could use that for anything. Like if you were making, you know, potato salad or whatever, you know, in one of those great big aluminum trays. So I'll put pictures of it, you know. Yeah, I finally got around to making Cindy's chicken cacciatore last night, but I just loaded it with veggies. She used to put zucchini in it, and because she loved zucchini. And so I got some zucchini, but I also put carrots, red and green peppers, and what else did I put in it? Something else. I can't remember, but I used the tomatoes that my brother and I grew, and then tomato sauce that I made out of those tomatoes. So I made a big to-go thing of it and put it in the freezer. So when we go down next week, I'll bring a serving of it to my brother. So so that was cool. We started watching last night. I was really looking forward to watching this new Jude Law. What the hell is it called? It's about him and Jason Bateman, both of whom we really, really like, especially Jason Bateman, about these 2 brothers that have this restaurant and there's crime involved and stuff like that. They said it was like The Bear meets Ozark. Well, they just said Ozark because of Jason Bateman, I think. But, you know, there's a lot of criminal element in it, but there's also this restaurant story going on. And any of you watching it, I was like, I think we watched 2 episodes, but it's just getting increasingly where I don't like either of these guys. And you gotta like somebody, you know, so that you're rooting for them, even if they're doing bad things. Like that one with John Hamm where he was stealing from all the rich people. I mean, you're rooting for him, even though he's doing bad things. But these people are despicable. I mean, Jason Bateman is usually pretty likable. He's despicable in this. And now Jude Law's character is becoming despicable. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of bumming me out. When I went to bed last night, I was like, I don't know if this show is good or not, but it's kind of bumming me out. just because, I don't know, it's just, these guys went off track and stayed there. Some people that happens to, right? They just sort of go off track in their life, and then that's where they live. So anyway, anybody else watching that show? What the hell's the name of it? I can't remember the name of it right now, but I was really looking forward to it. And when I read about it, thinking, oh, we haven't had a good show, you know, to binge through, but we just always go back to Succession. There's another one that's out there saying it's like Succession meets, oh, that diamond one, that really manic diamond one movie. I can't remember the name of that one. I haven't had enough coffee this morning. My word finding's not there. But that is like 4 different languages, and you have to have the brain power to be ready to do that. Do you want to do subtitles? But it looks pretty good. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're having a good weekend, and you continue to have a good weekend. And I will catch you next time. All right. If you have any ideas about like that stretch of road, that weird time warp phenomenon, let me know what you think. It is a mystery. All right, catch you later.